Hi there, actor friends. It's Michael Kostroff. As I think most of you know, I teach acting classes every week, and that's been an education for me as well. Um, and I find that the advice that I give the most, and I've done several videos about this here, is to slow down during the process of working on a scene. To slow down, to not rush to a performance, to not cheat yourself out of the full exploration of things. And I find that actors just want to rush to a performance and they miss all kinds of clues in the text and the stage directions. So today I want to talk about this in a slightly different way, because I've learned more about my technique from teaching than from anything else. And I find that what I do as I'm trying to groove in these ideas and make them real to me is I'll stop and walk around in a single idea, kind of wallow and wade in it until it really takes hold. If I have a line, I'm just picking something simple, like if I have a line like, "What's going on here?" I really want to spend the time to say, what am I observing that is making me ask that question in detail? What's going on here? I want to sort of understand that. Um, what do I think is going on here? Do I have any theories? Do I not at all know? That's important. I mean, I know I'm like really nerding out about the acting right now, but we should all be acting nerds. I, who am I asking? Why do I believe they have the answer? What's going on here? Am I really asking them? Or am I making an accusation or making an assumption or something else? Um, uh, and how do I feel about my theory about what's going on here? Because we assume that it's like, what's going on here? But it might be, what's going on here? If it's something funny, it might be, and really taking the time to walk around in it and ask one of my favorite questions, which is, what else could it be? What else could it be? What else could it be? You know? Um, and just sort of letting it marinate a little bit, because we just go to these line readings with that have no undercarriage, no chassis under the paint, And I think that I've compared jumping to a performance to like building a door by starting with the paint. Then you never get to the inside of the door. I don't know, I love an analogy. So this becomes even more true when it's like, um, when you're trying to get somebody to get something. I was just working on a scene with a student where she says to her colleague, "I had to go to bat to keep them from firing you." To give that some root, I want to picture the conversation, the decision to go to bat for her, the conversation where I did that, why I am emphasizing that. And I think, in this case, it was because you're not getting it. You thought you were going to get a promotion. You're not getting it. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. How do I feel about having to make the decision to share this thing that the person's not going to like? That's a big decision. Why do I share that? Because I really like you and I want you to know the truth. Or because I really don't feel very appreciated and I want you to know that I went to bat for you. And so, again, I think I'm hesitating here because I feel like I'm talking about acting basics to people who don't know about acting basics. But I just find again and again really good professional actors cheating themselves of this sort of marinating process of, even why is it I went to bat? Why that? Why that analogy? How close were they to firing this person? Am I telling the truth? What do I want? What do I want the reaction to be when I say that? It's the way to mean it the most. It's the way to mean it the most, and not be just relying on acting tropes and line readings. And I will sit and repeat that moment with myself, the thought process again and again and again until I go, oh, yeah, I get what that is. Now I don't have to worry about trying to act well because I've got I've got to let this person know. I went to bat for you to keep them from firing you. It becomes so easy to be honest in that. So it's just another way of me saying one of my favorite things to you. Slow the fuck down. Stop it. We get our sides for an audition and we're like, oh, instead of going, okay, wait, what's happening? What's happening? And where might I be wrong in my assumptions? What else could be going on? What if it's not that? Great question. What if it's not that? What if it's friendly as opposed to what I assumed was adversarial? What if it's adversarial as opposed to what I thought was friendly? What if, whatever, what if is always a good question. So I want to encourage you again to slow the fuck down and take out each of these little treasures and sort of explore them a little bit until you really understand. And I've used very sort of innocuous lines here, but I mean, sometimes you're really communicating something very important that the person doesn't know, or a discovery you've made that surprised you. And you want to walk around in that sense of surprise. I can't believe this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What's going on? While I'm thinking of it, something I've tried a couple of times with my students is let's just say it's a scene where they're supposed to be shocked by what they're hearing. I've had them tack on a phrase like, I can't believe this, at the beginning of every single line, just to groove in that feeling. And then they dump it, and the idea, the subtext is there. It's actually a really good technique to drop in a phrase that saying your subtext out loud, attaching it to the line. I'm awfully proud. You won the contest. I'm awfully proud. How should we celebrate? And now I'm really like building in the pride under all that, Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Lots of thoughts on making sure that you're really enjoying the treasure hunt and the detective work and the exploration of your text and the journey of your scene. I hope this is helpful to you. Sometimes I feel like I'm just babbling, but I hope this is helpful. It's never a mistake to slow down in rehearsal, in process, in analysis. It's never a mistake to go slower and go, wait a minute. Am I being honest? Have I asked myself enough questions? Have I answered the questions? What am I curious about? What's my character curious about? So much good stuff to explore. All right, that's enough of me babbling, and I will see you next week with more thoughts. Let me know what you think. Bye.